Well, I think what we're trying to do is be Earth's most customer-centric company. And so it's a whole bunch of little things that add up and some big things. But if you can be a customer company, and sometimes people ask us, are you a book company or a music company, or now are you a toy company? Or and we're none of those things. We're trying to be a customer company, and you can sort of uniquely do that well on the internet because of the possibilities for personalization and putting each individual customer at the center of your universe. And if you can do that, you'll have something completely new. And that sort of customer centricness, the service, the experience. So I guess another way to say it is maybe starting with the customer and working backwards.
Okay.
If we can be known for that, that allows us to do a lot of things for customers.
Okay, now given that, Jeff, I want to ask you a question. We asked you actually about a year ago when we last had you on, and maybe the answer's changed, but maybe it hasn't. And that is, given that you want to be Earth's most customer-centric company, who do you regard as Amazon's primary competition today, here at the end of August?
Well, it's a very interesting question. And in fact, our competitive set changes so fast. The people we have to focus on as competitors seem to change almost daily. And I think that one of the reasons that I ask everybody at Amazon.com to be obsessed over customers instead of competitors is because of that. The customer needs evolve, but they evolve so much more slowly than the competitive set and the technologies and all the other things that you can get confused by. So it's a tough question to answer that way. I'd say in each category that we do business, we have a focused competitor that we pay attention to. And then, of course, those are the sort of the online companies. We can watch those competitors and learn from them. But there are also the bigger companies that are the physical companies, the physical world companies. That's where the revenues are. Those are the other companies we have to look at as competitors because that's where the customers are today.
A couple weeks ago, we had CEO of Yahoo, Tim Kugel, on, and Tim was talking about, in the case of Yahoo, their desire right from the beginning to build profitability into their corporate culture and to define their business on that commercial mission of turning over value in terms of earnings right away to shareholders today. Amazon has obviously taken a different path, continues to be unprofitable while showing incredible revenue growth and growth in customers around the world. But at what point does profitability become your primary concern, and how do you reassure your employees and investors in the interim until we get there?
Well, that's a great question. What we try to do is, first of all, be extremely consistent and make sure everybody understands, both internally and externally, that this is a conscious strategy. And at the same time, to build a culture, a lean culture, that will support profitability at the right time. So cultures are incredibly hard to change. So if you end up with a culture that doesn't support that, a culture that or a high cost structure that makes it impossible at any skill level to be profitable, you're just sunk. Because all companies have to be profitable in the long term, or you don't get to keep doing anything for customers. But we believe it would be a huge mistake to try to optimize now for short-term profitability. This is one of the most unusual business events of all time, sort of what's happening as a result of the internet, this big dislocation that's caused, and there's sort of insurmountable opportunity. And the right way to think about, in the way we think about it internally, as to when we should shift more focus towards internal profitability, towards profitability in the short term, is watching the ratio of our mature businesses to our new opportunities that we're investing in. And right now, I'd say we have one sort of semi-mature business, which is our U.S. books business. And then we're investing in Germany and the UK. We're investing in new product categories like toys and electronics. And we're investing in whole new business models like auctions. So with all of these opportunities, we just think it would be a mistake. It would be short-sighted to try and optimize for profitability in the short term.